it's Lucy and Donna back again for our 10-part mini-series on all things mortgages. This is part 2, and we're going to talk specifically around credit files, credit reports, all that kind of stuff, because there's such a lot of information out there, isn't there, when it comes to your, there's, you know, what score have you got, and what does that mean, and what do you do about it? So how does credit files and credit reports come into sort of the mortgage world?
So essentially a credit file is details of your financial conduct for the last 6 years.
Oh, 6 years.
Yes, yeah. So that records all the credit commitments you've taken out, the payments you've made, and indeed any that you've missed, if there's any credit blips on there. But ultimately this is what the lenders will take a look at whilst they're evaluating your mortgage application.
Okay.
They want to see a good conduct of finance, that you're paying all your bills and you're taking credit out and repaying it. There's many different credit files available out there, like sort of Experian, ClearScore. I tend to ask my clients to look at the Check My File. It's the most comprehensive one out there, I find, because that returns the data from all different credit agencies.
Okay.
So that will tell me what the results from Experian and ClearScore. Now, different lenders will look at different credit files for people. So as a broker, it allows me to see exactly what the lenders are and maybe.
So when it comes to your credit file, your credit report, it's obviously going to, you know, throw at you quite a lot of information, which I would imagine for most of us, they'll be like, "What? Where do I even start to unravel all of this stuff?" And you get a score, I believe, don't you?
Yes.
But what does that really mean? So if my score's great, okay, that means that obviously everything's looking okay. But what if my score isn't looking so great, or what if something appears in front of me? Like, what is that, and what do I do about that? What happens then?
So yeah, equally, your score, it's not really the higher the score, the better the report. It's really the substance behind it, Lucy. So if you get your credit file and you see that, you know, your score's particularly low, and you can see on there that maybe there's some items have been logged as missed payments, but you know you've paid them. Yeah. You can actually dispute that with that particular creditor.
Oh, okay.
So maybe call your bank and say, you know, I noticed that it says I've got a missed payment on my credit card here, but here's my statement here to show that I paid it. You can dispute that and they can make a correction.
Right. So why would there be something that looks like it is something but wasn't? If you know, it says, "Oh, you've missed a payment," but I haven't. How would that have even come to be a thing?
It happens. You know, even for instance, should I really name people? It happens.
That's fine. We'll leave it there.
Yeah, it does happen. You may have missed the actual payment date within the month. So if you're agreed to pay on the 15th, for instance,
I see.
And you paid it on the 16th, they might have been a little bit too eager to put that down as a missed payment, when actually it's late, it was on your day. And, you know, again, pick up the phone, because people are reasonable. If you tell them there's you know, I missed it, I was out for the day, or, you know, for some reason you missed the actual date. Yeah. You was 24 hours late. They can remove that and make a correction for you.
Oh, that's good to know.
But if you know, if you think your credit score is mega low, it's on the floor, there are things that you can do to help that. One important factor is to make sure that you're on the electoral roll, that you're registered to vote from your main residence. So that
would that match if, say, from you've just moved into a new house, or, you know, your partner's just moved in with you? That might have a bit of a, or not.
So your individual credit report is relating to you. So as long as you are registered to vote from your main residence, i.e. where you're taking credit from.
Right, okay.
So if your credit card's registered to your previous address and you've moved house and you haven't updated the electoral roll and, you know, and the local
council?
Yeah.
Council tax place?
Yeah. Just let them know you're there, get yourself on the electoral, and that does make a difference.
Interesting, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. Is there anything else that people need to be aware of? I mean, how frequently should you be checking your credit file, for example?
Credit files are updated on a monthly basis.
Monthly? Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've mentioned Check My File. It's free for 30 days. After the 30 days, it does cost, I think it's about £14 a month. There are free credit agencies where you can get the free reports, which are just as good, but they're not as comprehensive as Check My File. So if you're coming up to maybe a mortgage application, it is worth getting your Check My File, because that will tell you everything, and particularly your broker, your advisor, or even just peace of mind for yourself, just to make sure if you want to have a quick look before you sort of proceed to the application, or just initial inspection.
Great, lovely, thank you for that, Donna. So it's Donna from elevatefs.org. And it's Lucy from budgetingandplanning.co.uk. So do check out our websites for more stuff.